Hello and welcome. My name is Jace Castillo. I am the Director of Legal Education with Attorney Credits. Thank you very much for joining us. Today's microseminar is on substance abuse. Now this may not be the most widespread topic in CLE, but it's just something I wanted to address today because I get a number of complaints from attorneys. I think there's nothing more that attorneys despise more than CLE itself than the required specialty credits. Now, whether if you're in New York, Florida, Texas, they fall into different categories. Here in California, we have a 25-unit requirement. We have a 4 legal ethics, 1 substance abuse, 1 elimination of bias, which is required by the California bar. If you're in a state like Florida or Texas, actually Florida or New York, the substance abuse courses are going to fall into your legal ethics requirement. And in Texas, that's also going to be kind of consumed in your 3 legal ethics. You can take substance abuse prevention, detection, and treatment courses towards that. So it's a required course. What does that tell you? Just as legal ethics is a required course, that means that there must be a problem with substance abuse in the legal profession. And indeed, while rates of basically chemical and dependence and substance abuse in the general population tend to be downwards of 10%, 20%. Those for lawyers are much, much higher. So what are the reasons for some of these rates? Obviously, the stress of the job. Being an attorney is a stressful position. Actually, it's been reported by the ABA that 25% of attorneys suffer stress so great that it impairs their practice. Depression. Depression is another huge factor. The rate of depression in the general population, 10%. The rate of depression in the legal profession, 20%. And in some practice areas as high as 25% in a practice area like intellectual property. So 1 in 4 intellectual property attorneys has a substance abuse problem or is chemical dependent. So these are obviously huge issues. A third factor is going to be the dissatisfaction with the job. An Oregon study found that 30% of attorneys would have gone back and done a different profession had they had the choice now. So you have 1 in 3 Oregon attorneys walking around that doesn't even want to practice law. So dissatisfaction, stress, depression, what do these all lead to? These all lead to basically self-medication. So in order to dull your pain and your stress, attorneys turn to alcohol, they turn to methamphetamines, they turn to cocaine, marijuana. Whatever it is, it's going to take that edge off for you. Now, everybody's got something different. So now, you probably ask yourself, why should I care? Why is this important to me? You know, if you don't have a chemical abuse problem, why does it matter to you? Well, aside from the fact that it's a required course, these chemical abuse and dependence issues by attorneys, they negatively, in fact, affect the profession in so many different ways. But what the bottom line comes down to is that studies in the US and Canada have found that 60% of all malpractice and ethics violations stem from alcohol abuse and dependence. And that's just alcohol. That doesn't take into effect any of the other drugs as well. A Cal Bar study found that 50% of the Cal Bar's caseload of attorneys that are in trouble with the state bar are there because they have chemical dependence issues or mental health issues. So obviously, on an altruistic level, it greatly affects the legal profession in a negative way. And also, it's going to damage the firm you work at and your work product. If you're a small firm and one of the attorneys has chemical abuse problems, they're coming into late work, their work product's going to suffer, their customer service is going to suffer, or maybe they're going to steal from their client funds to pay for their cocaine habit. You never know. But these all have major detrimental effects on your law firm. And in fact, there's been a number of firms who've built 80, 90, 100-year reputations have had to ruin overnight by attorneys who've stolen from client funds and done other unethical things in order to feed their addiction and abuse. So the takeaway from all this is, you're not going to stage an intervention with somebody that you think has a problem, but maybe you drop a note on their desk about the other bar if you're in California, or lawyer assistance programs. Those are 2 things we have available here in California. The other bar is a collection of attorneys who have substance abuse and dependence issues, and it's basically a bar that comes together as sort of a support network to support each other and to wade through these issues that people do have. Here in California, we also have what's called the Lawyer Assistance Program, LAP or LAP. And again, that's run through the State Bar, and that is meant as a resource to help attorneys that have substance abuse issues. At the national level, the ABA has established the Model Lawyer Assistance Program, and again, that's for attorneys that need to get help with their substance abuse issues and chemical dependency. And if you're in another state across the country, whether there's New York, Texas, Florida, you need help or you know somebody that needs help, there is help out there for you at the State Bar. And it's not like you're going to get in trouble. I mean, they really want to work with attorneys. They know that stress causes the abuse and dependence, and they know that there are things that can be done to alleviate the stress and to get you on the right track or get somebody you know on the right track. So, again, my name is Jace Castillo, and this is just a little CLE micro seminar on substance abuse and dependence. Thank you.